Hello and welcome. Today I want to talk to you about black mirrors. Black mirrors are a divination tool. They've been around for a very long time. It's one of the oldest forms of divination, and it goes back, I don't even know how many centuries, but many. And they used to look at bowls of water or bowls of oil, and as a matter of fact, Nostradamus, when he was having his visions, he had them while he was scrying in water. So along came the invention of mirrors. People started using mirrors, then crystal balls. But this particular art of divination is, to me, is one of the most difficult, because it takes true patience, and you have to get yourself into this really meditative, almost trance. It's very deep. It takes practice, and at first when you start doing this, you may not have a lot of success, but I urge you to keep trying, because when you do finally get it, and you will, it's very rewarding. So let's just get right into it. So the way you're going to make your black mirror is you're going to take any picture frame that has glass in it, and you're going to take it apart. You have your frame, which this one was old and rusty, and I painted it black. I cleaned it off, painted it black. This is the backing. Then you're going to take your glass. You're going to clean your glass very well, and you can just use Windex if that's what you have. I used my Florida water, which I cleanse everything with. Has a lot of alcohol in it, Everclear, a lot of herbs and spices. It's very easy to make, economical. So you're going to clean off your glass, and then you're going to spray paint it with some flat black spray paint. I got this from the dollar store. It doesn't have to be anything fancy, just flat black. You're going to wait for that to dry, and it takes about 30 minutes for it to dry. Then you're going to put it together. So you're going to take your frame, however yours works. You're going to make sure that the part that you painted is on the inside. Therefore, the part that is shiny and doesn't have any paint on it is going to be to the outside of the mirror. And we're going to put the back on it, just like so. This is not the best. And here we have it. A plain black mirror. You may need to clean it off again, because more than likely you're going to get little fingerprints on it as you go along. So we're going to set this to the side for a moment, because the next thing, this ritual is I like it to be very simple. Now, most of my spell work, if you all see me work a spell before, I like to get all kinds of complicated and intricate and put layers and layers of energy. But in particular with the black mirror, I think it's very important that you keep it simple, because what you really want to be focusing on is the mirror itself, really nothing else. You know, you want to maybe add in a couple of things of energy, which I'm going to show you here in a minute. But other than that, it's you and the mirror. And basically, right now, today is October 30th. Tomorrow is Samhain. And Samhain is a time whenever the veil between the worlds is very thin. So this gives you opportunity to communicate with your ancestors. And you have a very good chance of getting feedback during this time. This is the best time. This is the best time for divination. And the black mirror scrying technique is particularly good for this particular time of year, because it's basically piercing that veil. It's basically a tool to help the communication flow. And that's why I really chose this black mirror divination. video for you all. I love the idea. I love Samhain because I love that we are celebrating our ancestors. I feel like, you know, there's many countries like Africa and China, they do this. They celebrate their ancestors, they honor and respect them. Here in America, we tend to not do that. We have very hustle bustle lives. We're very coming and going. We're in the now. But this gives us time to sit back and reflect. It's a mirror reflection. Okay, so the next thing you want to do is I'm going to make some divination oil. Very simple. It's going to be equal parts of oils. I have lemon. This is for clarity. This is, let me cleanse that real quick. Here we go. It's going to give you mental clarity. This is actually the lemongrass. It does the same thing basically. Also, lemongrass is going to help, it helps to develop your psychic skills. It's going to help them to grow. And the black mirror scrying is actually, it's not something you're going to probably get on the first time. If you do, yay you. Congratulations, because it usually doesn't. It's something that takes practice. Lemon for the clarity. You know, you want your mind to be very sharp, so you can pick up on all the subtleties. Next we have jasmine. Jasmine is great for divination. Then I'm going to add some camphor weed. Little camphor weed. I'll get this out of this is from my backyard. I'm going to add cinnamon. Now, I do a lot of spell work and I use cinnamon because cinnamon is a great catalyst for any spell. It's going to stimulate the energy and it's going to strengthen every aspect. So, I've run out of cinnamon. But I do have some cinnamon tea. So I'm going to put a little bit of that in there. And there we go. I'm going to use this oil to anoint my candles, which I'm just using a black and a white candle. Very simple. Get rid of negative energy, restore positive energy. So I'm going to set this to the side right now. So whenever you use your mirror, you don't want anything to reflect in it. So you're going to have your mirror in the middle. You're going to have your black and white candle, and I'm also going to put some obsidian, clear quartz, and this is some incense that I'm going to burn with it. It's going to be, this is just full moon magic. You can, right now during Samhain, a great incenses or anything real earthy, as cinnamon, cloves are great, and they're very stimulating, and they have a lot of heat involved in them. So I'm just going to take and I'm going to anoint my candle. My white one first. I'm trying to get some of those little herbs on there if I can. I'm going to set it to the side. Next, my black. Anoint it as well. You don't want to get huge candles, but you want to get some that are going to burn for a good while. Because, you know, especially the first time or two, it's going to take you a little while before you see anything. Next, you're going to burn some incense in front of the mirror. That's going to produce smoke that's going to come up in front of the mirror and cause, and when you're looking at the mirror, you're going to not be looking directly at it like hard on. You're going to be soft focusing. This is going to help you to see better in the mirror. The vision's going to be, the mirror is still going to be completely in your view, but you're not going to be looking right at it. So what I want to do is I want to burn some incense that's going to burn for a long time. So you're going to use these little charcoal discs, like so. I have one going in here right now. And you're going to put something like frankincense or myrrh on it. This is sweet myrrh, and I'm using this in particular because it is great for divination purposes and spirituality and all that. So I'm going to light this just a little bit and get it going again. I'm going to set my disc to the side. I'm going to keep this over here in case I need it. I'm going to light my candles. If you get the candle wax and the oil mixed up, your candle's not likely to stand up. That's why I was moving it around a little bit, because I saw that the oil had mixed in there. It's actually too close to the candle because it will end up burning my candle way down low, and then it'll collapse on itself. All of this stuff I've learned through trial and error myself. I've been doing this a long time. Many, many moons, if you were. But I'm almost 50 years old, so. Okay. You want to put your mirror up, and you're going to have it in front of you, something like this. So you have candle, candle, and you want the candles to be behind the mirror so that they're not shining or reflecting in there in any way. That's there strictly for energy. Now, when you do this ritual, I strongly urge you to cast your circle. It's probably best to get in the habit of casting your circle all the time. I many years ago wrote a long, intricate circle casting event. I got on the internet a couple of years ago and found a very simple but very, very, very effective, clear, concise way to cast a circle. And so basically, when I cast my circle, it's in my mind. It's envisioned. Now there's things that I do before I cast daily for protection around my home. But when you are working with the spirits like this, cast your circle for protection. So this is the ritual that I found on the internet. Very simple and easy. I'm just going to say it for y'all real quick so that you'll know how simple it is to cast a circle. I cast my circle thrice about to keep the evil spirits out. I cast my circle thrice about to keep the evil spirits out. And you're picturing yourself walking around your circle of protection. And you're going to walk Deosil, which means clockwise. I cast my circle thrice about to keep the evil spirits out. I conjure thee, O circle of power, that thou may be a meeting place of love, joy, and truth. a shield against all wickedness and evil, a boundary between men and the realms of the mighty ones, a rampart and a protection that shall contain and preserve the energy that I shall raise within thee. Wherefore I do bless and consecrate thee in the name of your deity. So that's basically it. Now, a couple other things. Before you start, you can ring your bell 3 times. This is going to clear the air of negative spirits, but it's going to call the goodness. If you are going to call your ancestral spirits, which I strongly urge because it's a Samhain, have an offering for them, as well as for, if you're going to call deity, do that as well. So, you're basically, what you want to do is you want to get yourself into a meditative state. That you're looking at the mirror, you have the whole mirror in your focus, but you're not looking directly at it. Maybe an inch above it. You're going to get a good rhythm, breathing pattern. Now, some people say that they do not like to listen to music when they're doing this because it distracts them from the mirror. I personally think the exact opposite. I think that the music helps me. I don't choose music that has lots of words on it. I choose a type of classical music, usually some kind of dark theater type thing. It just goes with my personality. And that's what you're going to do. So you're going to focus on it, on what your intention, what you want to know, and after a while you will start to see pictures. Maybe not the first time. Do not give up. I urge you not to give up. One more tip. Keep with you a book, a little notebook. It can be like a little journal. And after you complete your ritual, write down everything that you saw. Sometimes whenever you see things, it's not going to make sense in relation to what you were asking or what you were seeking, the knowledge you were seeking. But more often than not, in time, you will see how it did make sense. So just keep a journal of that. You should keep one of these beside the bed to write down your dreams. Let me tell y'all something. This veil is very, very, very thin this year. In the last 2 days, I've had 3 dreams from visitors, ancestors, which is one I have never even met. I never even met this person, but it's really it's a great feeling, and I'm getting emotional. I love Samhain, and I love the veil being thinner and being able to communicate. Okay, so I'm back, and I just want to say that no one should cry when they're wearing this much makeup. It's not good for the environment. Anyway, I feel like I owe a little bit of explanation as to my emotional state at the moment. My husband passed away on December 22nd of last year. It's still very raw and emotional, and it's been hard, but I was actually quite happy with, a dream that I had. So when I mentioned that to you all, I just broke down. I'm sorry, but I couldn't help it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I truly hope that you all attempt the Black Mirror, the scrying. It's very rewarding, and I think that you'll like it. Thank you.